Welcome back to the Spoonie and Caregiver Live podcast with me, your host, Jordan Banderas. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of the podcast. And let's go ahead and get into today's episode, shall we? Now, on today's episode, I'm going to be answering a question that was sent to me by one of our listeners. And the question is why we need to grow into better people. The reason why I was asked this, per the email, it says that it seems to this person that based on everything that I've been posting online and everything that I say, I want people to grow into their better selves, which is true because this is something that I had to do, and now I'm gonna go ahead and give my answer in regards to this question. Now, the reason why we need to grow is because you never know who you're going to inspire. Now, from my perspective, once I started working on myself and, for example, working out, eating better, eating healthier, which I have been doing, I'm losing weight. I have lost 5 pounds so far, 5 or 8 pounds, something like that. So I've been doing that. I've been working on myself a lot. Like reading more, like learning new things that I thought I will never be able to learn, like doing all these little things. And one of the things that I saw with my wife is that she started doing the same thing, and we started talking. I was like, I've noticed that you're doing all of these things. Like she's eating healthier, she's eating like almost doing the same things as me, except working out because obviously she's in a lot of pain. So she's doing little by little things. And I asked her, like, you're doing great, but why it inspired you? Or what made you do that? And she said, well, the reason why I started doing it is because of you. Like I see you're growing, I see you becoming a better person, and it's inspiring me. Now that made me feel pretty good, and it made me feel pretty good actually about myself and about her because she's doing it for herself too. She wants to become better, and that's why I do everything that I do because I want people to become better. Since I literally feel like I started from the bottom and I've been able to achieve so much now that I started working on myself. And it's hard and it takes time, which unfortunately me and my wife are very impatient. So we've been working on that as well. So that all of this has helped us. Now, one of the things I was explaining my wife after she gave me her answer is that this will help her just the same way that it helped me. Like in my case, it helped me understand my flaws, everything that I needed to change. Almost like I was able to see my blind spots, like why I needed to change, like my attitude towards people, my understanding of things, like the fact that I'm not always right. Like this is one of the things that by growing I was able to understand. And she's doing the same thing because me and her are very stubborn. So we used to argue a lot. Now we kind of try to see when we're talking, we're trying to see everything from each other's perspectives. And now that I'm able to communicate better because I've been working on that, I'm able to explain it in certain ways where she can actually understand it, and she doesn't feel like either I'm attacking her or I don't make any sense, right? But again, like this is hard. It's not gonna be easy, and the way that I did it is that I started doing this like step by step, like I had mentioned in a previous episode. Like sometimes you have to take step by step, and that's pretty much what I did. Like at first I started like asking myself, like, what do I need to improve? Like what am I missing that I don't see? Or yeah, what am I missing that will help me become a better person, especially for my wife, because of everything that has happened with her. I need to be more patient. I need to be a little bit stronger because I need to help her get up, like from the chairs, and sometimes help her carry heavy stuff. So I'm like, I need to do all these things. So what I needed to do. In this case, I needed to improve my my habits of eating, because I can't be eating junk and expect that I'm gonna be there for my wife all the time. So that's why I need to become better, because I need to stay healthier. So I did that, and also I started learning more about her conditions. So I did that as well. But the one of the things that helped me the most is pretty much being able to understand words, because especially when we're dealing with illnesses and you're reading about it, it has a lot of medical terminology and we don't really understand it, right? So sometimes what I do when I'm reading something about, like, migraines or fibromyalgia, and it has like a lot of medical terminology, I Google it, kind of like to bring it down to layman's terms. So that's one of the things that has helped me. Like, I Google it to see if I can find like different terms that I can understand. And this is one of the things that I see with a lot of people. Like, they start reading things about like certain conditions, and because it has all this medical terminology, we get all confused, and we expect the doctors to explain it to us. But that actually is gonna stop you from growing. In your case, depending on how you want to grow. If you want to grow by understanding your condition, this is something that you're gonna have to do. If you want to grow by understanding somebody else's condition, like your partner, your friend, or whoever you're helping, or whoever you care about, then this is something that you're gonna have to do. And this is why it's so important to grow, because when you do things like that, like little by little things, like I said, you might inspire somebody. You might inspire somebody, and that somebody might inspire somebody else, and that somebody else might inspire somebody else. So it can start a chain reaction, especially within the Spoonie community. Obviously, that's great, because if one person inspires, then others can get inspired, and it might help them. Like, that's why I started the community, so people can actually see progress from each other and get inspired. So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in this episode. I wanted to answer that question. I hope you guys are enjoying the episodes. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and also don't forget to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you want to share your story, you can post it on the community, or also you can send it to me anonymously at the Spoonie and Caregiver at Gmail, Spoonie and Caregiver Life at gmail.com. And I'll leave you like always. Always take care of yourself and have a great day.